Hey comrade homies, so this is gonna be my last vlog before departing to Baja Mexico again on December 13th, which is weekend after next weekend, and this is a weekend right now. I'm at Big Country Customs. They're closed, it's weekend, but I'm not going alone on this trip. There's a guy, Rod, who made my roof, works in this place, and he's here to actually finish up his trailer, or try to before the trip as much as he can, and I'll cover a little bit on that. So actually today is my packing day. Yeah, most of the stuff will be packed except like toothbrush and like small little things. This is it. So let's run through some of the new setup things that I've done since van life or Overland and van lifestyle series. Overland and van lifestyle series, yeah, that one. There's definitely been, like, on the surface, not so much except the tire, but I changed a few things. So I haven't camped for the past 2 weeks, and that was enough for me opening the lid, and basically the whole top and a little bit of sides of the fridge were covered in light mold. Like, not the black stuff, but you know. Yeah. So I kind of cleaned it up a little bit. Thankfully in 2 weeks I'm leaving. Now I do have 4 of these suckers. This is dehumidifiers, Eva Dry. You basically plug it into a platform and it dries out. It may be helping a little bit for sure, but yeah, still the fridge was covered. It's somehow always the fridge. Like the fabric and everything everywhere is fine, but the fridge does do it. And also one more thing my parents gifted me just recently is this sort of Ziploc type bags for clothing and stuff. Space saving packaging bags. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna camp for 2 weeks, and this stuff gets damp if you just leave it here for the wet season. And my -15 sleeping bag fit in one of the giant ones, actually perfectly. So it seems everything is fine. Actually, let's test it after 2 weeks. I'm gonna pop it up and see if it's damp at all or anything like that. It's perfect. It's not damp, it's dry. Yeah, the stuff works for sure. So if you need to winterize, you're not gonna go camping, for sure get some of these suckers. In fact, for winter season when I'm not camping, I may even use another bag. I think I have one more bag left to put this kind of underneath blanket in there. Although it's dry, it's not damp. Maybe it depends on the fabric too, how absorbent it is. So I do have here the Roadhouse Tarp by Slumberjack. I still haven't unpacked it. I was gonna do a review in like some huge rain if I camp out, but just when I thought the rain would be, to review this, like actually unpack it and do it for the first time in the rain. Situation never happened. So this thing I'll actually open and review in Baja, and I'll set it up a few times for sun, right there. And for now it's actually gonna go up in the roof pod. I think I got some space still in there. Actually, I took out this time sleeping bag, like emergency, not sleeping bag, emergency tent, because they do advise, like, long trips and especially out in nowhere, to carry, even if you sleep in the vehicle, to carry a backup tent just in case, you know, your vehicle flips or catches fire, or who knows, right? Like, you still need some kind of shelter. But I'm not doing crazy stuff, really. I'm not going like super far away from civilization, although in Baja it will be. It's taking up space. It's space and weight, and now I have like crab traps, all that stuff. Like, it's, and this thing, I need space. Basically, I took it out. That's it. All right, so let's see what new stuff I have in my toolbox, or toolboxes. All right, so finally, long overdue, I got the torque wrench, because every time I would do tire rotation, this and that, and you know, it's recommended to retorque stuff after like 150 to 100 kilometers or 100 miles or whatever, and I would have to return to the shops or somewhere to like, hey, can you retorque it? And yeah, so that's it. I just know my number. It's like 135 in imperial units, and that's it. I'm independent, and plus torque it like maybe every couple of thousand kilometers myself, just on the road, whatever. Because I do have that issue where every tire change I do, there's at least one stud, lug nut or whatever, like it's on front wheel, usually is broken. So that's that. And also tons and tons of zip ties. Well, that's not new, but for small screws and whatever nuts, bolts, I used to have this set, but this thing here, it clicks through now. It doesn't work, like it just spins through and I can't tighten or unbolt anything. So I still have this set for the tips, but that's about it. So from now on I have this bigger thing, which is 128 pieces, and that's gonna be awesome because it's much bigger than my previous set. I had to like do a bunch of rearranging here, and I actually took home some stuff. Like I reorganized this the other weekend just to free up space for like a torque wrench, for this bigger stuff, and also for my roof mounts. I'll show you in a bit. So winch test, I actually haven't used it in like 3-4 months, and they do say it's a good practice to spool and spool winch every couple of months at least, or like if you're doing lots of off-roading, mud and all that kind of stuff, dust gets into synthetic line and all that stuff, and it actually potentially with tension may weaken the fibers. So it's good practice to kind of unspool, wash, whatever, car wash, however you do it, and do it back. Plus testing, right? Before you go on a big trip, you need to know if this stuff actually still works. You know, it's last year on a BC Overland rally, I took a course, one of those trail runs, and there was like some big military hammer guy, and the instructor's like, okay, let's use a winch. When did you use it last time? He's like, I don't know, like a year ago. He tried to turn it on and it doesn't work anymore, so there you go. This is actually wireless winch, but my wireless capability died, I think before or after Baja last year. But wired still works. Works. Alright. And you know, even with wire, you just like go in the driver's seat, extend wire over there, you can still do that stuff, or I don't know, stand beside the car. I need to free up space right here. This is my Thermacell anti-mosquito things, but I don't need them in Baja. And in here I got a bunch of like 7 or 8 of this fuel injection cleaners, like more in the back there, specifically for Mexico. So every few gas stops I'll put that in, just to make sure. You never know what you get in Mexico at gas stations. Yeah, so I'm gonna take this, relocate it somewhere because I need space for these things, this steel plates. And I got probably 8 more backups. So these fins are actually for the roof. I'll show you in a bit. This is where on my mesh on the roof I put one on top, I put one on the bottom. So it's not like through one mesh segment, but actually this clips on tons and tons of mesh segments. And these are more simple ones with just one hole. The ones that are holding the tire right now, there's 2 holes. There's space much more, just you know, to make sure that mesh doesn't break the steel mesh and so on. So I want to have backups. You know, you never know what you may want to strap on the roller, who knows. And I got, yeah, lots and lots of pairs of these fins. I just took them from balcony. They were painted over last week or so. Yeah, I need to store this stuff here. This is actually good. This stuff is heavy and I need counterbalance. Right now I got tire and heavier part of a roof rack steel roof rack, and also when tailgate is closed, the tire is all on the driver's side, whereas on this side, on passenger side, my vehicle is a little lighter. So now all my water is going to be stored on this side of the vehicle, all the heavy stuff, and actually some of this heavy stuff is good that it's like on this side. Oh yeah, so drill set. Not mine, my father lent to me a while back when I was drilling, I think, mounts and the skeleton for like my remote control there for lights and all that stuff. But I'm like, you know what, probably a good idea to take it to Baja. Now I know what you may want to drill and drill bits, so I'll return to him after. Oh yeah, almost forgot one more important addition is now I carry for my tires, for my wheels, studs and lug nuts, tons of extras. I think I have 10. Again, because each tire rotation I do have one busted, at least one time. Yeah, but we're changing, the second got busted while we're changing. And because I have torque wrench, I can retorque once in a while and see if one is broken, and then I know. And if I'm out there, I have the wheel studs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like there should be a dozen here. And yeah, and about the same lug nuts. Because problem is, even when here at tire shop I wanted you know, stud replaced, they would have to call dealership because their suppliers didn't have it, and dealership could only deliver by end of the day, and only one dealership had 2, and the rest in the area didn't have them. So, and if you're out there far away, chances are you're gonna be waiting a while to get some of this. You would think, oh, like, you know, any mechanic shop should have it or whatever. No, not really, because it's brand dependent, right? Like they may have some for some other brand. So that's what I have always now. So that's good. This is the plate I was talking about at bottom with double bolts, and on top is the actual hook and this tire strap, and I got on the front as well. Now the problem with this setup, not this setup, but the spacing between my roof rack and canopy is like super narrow. So far away I can't fit my hand, so I could only put these plates where it's reachable. Like here it's kind of easy, and then on the inside the other plate is right there, and that's as far as I could reach with my hand to kind of actually hold it so I can screw. Beyond that it would be tough. I would need to come up with buy some instrument that extends the wrenches and stuff. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. Mount it here, and again, this is steel mesh. It's strong. And of course, right here I'm gonna have 2 Rota Packs as usual. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 90 liters plus 75. And Rod has 60 liters and 60 on board. I got 50 liters of water, he's got about 60 liters of water, so we're good. Oh yeah, so another change, right, because Max Tracks used to be here on the side, and I really wanted to have space right here where I stand, so 2 Rota Packs will be mounted up to here. This way I can still put chair here and kind of lounge. But Max Tracks I had to relocate, and that's and I don't have any like actual real mount for them, but I do have this chain, so one hole in there, one hole in there through the pipe, and a couple of zip ties here, just so it doesn't wobble. And also this styrofoamy thing or whatever it is, piping, just like here, so shovel doesn't damage the paint. And so is here. Yeah, it's nice and snug. It's not good, and you know, also reduces noise of hitting the metallic plate. So this is the top of my roof pod. Something's changed here because the tent is gone. I now have space for this crayfish minnow type trap. Who knows, may use it in Mexico. My chair, my table as usual, chair, crab trap, the float over there, the rain boots, the winter boots, the what do you call it, fishing gears box, the fishing rod right here, the propane stove, just in case, I always carry it, and vacuum cleaner right there in the corner, rake for clamming and stuff, clam gun at the end over there. Yeah, lots of stuff. So I don't actually have space for my new tarp, the slumberjack one. Maybe for this trip I should lose this propane stove, but I kind of want still the slumberjack to be permanent setup somewhere. So, and I do need this for cold temperatures. Yeah, not sure. So I used to just buy water from Walmarts and that kind of stuff, like this sort of tanks here. This is actually a very nice hard material, that's why it's still here, but I used to buy like 1 gallon bottles, and I guess one of them ruptured on van lifestyle trip series. So because of that, this space here, I opened it just recently right here, and there was about this much water, like 2 liters or something, half a gallon. Just, yeah, my my stuff that was here, like 20-ton jack and other things I used to store here, it all was moldy. There was mold everywhere here, so I dried that stuff out, and 2 weeks later I don't see any mold, so that's good, perfect. But the lesson is no more storage around here of weak plasticky containers, and that's why now I sport these suckers. So each one is what is it, 5 gallons? No, more than that. Yeah, 5 gallon tank. So 10 liters, no, hold on, 20 liters, 40 liters. And what's cool about these suckers is it's actually gonna be easy to pour. It's got little lever things. It's awesome. But the problem I found, because this is so heavy, even if I have stuff over there, it just keeps on like sliding around because I have a little bit of space here. And actually just now, there you go, this is my slumberjack. I put it this way, like here, like so, moved the seat back so it's complete snug, and these things are not gonna move, and I can put small stuff like right here. And my 20-ton jack now got relocated into this bin right here. Again, I'm trying to keep all this bunch of weight, heavy stuff on this side of the truck, because this side is lighter than the whatever this metal platform is. It's heavier on that side, and tire when closed is hanging on that side, just counterbalancing. Another addition, it's finally overdue. This is trasher bag. It's gonna go on my rear tire. 60 bucks or so. One guy last year offered me for free, but I wasn't sure about my setup, so I'm like, no, it's okay. I don't want to take stuff that I'm not sure I'm gonna use. But I used to store all my garbage and stuff, usually goes here. But still, after a couple of days of camping, whatever, been out there, it's a lot. Like, it's lots of packages and bunch of stuff. So no more of that. There's going to be designated bag hanging all the time. And down here I have, let's see, what do I have? Fishing rod holder, a ton and ton of butane tanks, because they're impossible almost to buy unless outside, well, in Canada and US, outside of big chain stores, it's impossible to get them. And yeah, a bunch of fishing stuff, axe, like umbrella, whatever, like propane tanks, extras, fish traps, scoops, may use that for clamming, like food storage here. My little boat is in here, inflatable. Air compressor, tiny one for it. May as well, maybe I'll get rid of it eventually, but I used to have it anyway, so I'm just like, okay, part of the same setup. Yeah, so that's kind of the setup in the box here. Comrade! My companion, and he's not gonna be alone. So we're gonna do a little bit of planning here, just discussing logistics. He's an early bird, I'm an owl, so we need to wake up not as early as you are, but not as late as I am.
I can drive in the night, guys, I can't.
Yeah, he says after 9 he gets like sleepy and that's it. And considering I had Giuseppe case where he fell asleep at the wheel, I'm not gonna push anyone from now on, or like that's it. So just need to plan every day around your schedule, more your schedule, And you know what? Actually, speaking of that, like I'll be doing alarm clocks, right? Obviously, for me, it's gonna be hard to wake up. What you do is like when we agreed, oh, let's wake up tomorrow at X amount of time. If you don't see me out, just come knock. Just don't be shy.
I turn on my engine and you must
Oh no, I sleep. Like it's hard to wake me up. So just come and just knock on the window, whatever.
If we drive from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.,
you got the whole day.
You have 12 hours of driving, and that's easily
12 hours of sunlight for me to shoot.
And that's easily what, 1,000K, 1,800K?
Yeah.
About 800 light. If we push 2 more hours, we make 14 hours drive.
Keep in mind, always, gas station stops, coffee breaks, tea breaks, and
whatever. We have about 2,200 clicks.
Oh, you're just thinking push to Mexico?
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, if we push it hard enough, we get there in 2 days.
Well, what's gonna help is us living in the evening. That's why I wanna, because you trim off 3 hours or something, right? You deploy, camp. Now you're at the border essentially, because that place is almost at the border of Oregon, right? So it's a good start. So that day, you should be able to just camp somewhere in North California. So navigation-wise, actually, even though I sent you all the GPS, all that stuff, are you gonna bother installing any of it? I figured,
well, I will.
Well, because also for like my offline regions, you need something like 20 gigabytes of space to just, and your phone probably doesn't have that. 50 gigs? Free?
Yeah.
No. So what I have is I have always data on 2 phones. So in case one breaks down, something happens, I always have it back.
Well, the thing is, you've been there before and you have a plan and you know where you want to go. That's the only thing I'm lacking. You know what I'm saying? Because
I'll guide you to the coolest places.
I really don't have like, as long as I'm in beach camping, I really don't need. Right? My wife's the same.
And no people around.
The thing is, the wife is very excited for the drive because she enjoys the drives and the beach. All the camping adventures, she doesn't care as much, right? So it's like...
Really? She digs the long ride, but not... She digs the long ride, but not actually to just...
Well, the thing is like getting in the middle of nowhere, get her nervous, you know? Get us in a situation where like the Jeep is gonna be off camber.
We're not like, I don't know about your idea about this, but you don't want to risk, right?
I don't want either. So I'm thinking, I want just a light drive.
Light to medium. Nothing like, okay, if we see there is a potential for car damage, suspension damage, something like that, we just find different ways. Okay, good. Oh, speaking of life, actually, something I want to ask. I do have like a little shower thing. I do. Is there? You have some shower thing? Okay. Good. Oh, and while we're at it, are you dependent on ice?
Yeah, I don't have a fridge.
No fridge?
No fridge.
But you guys also, you from the last camping, you kind of buy like it's a fruit. You don't cook it whole lot, right?
We do.
You do?
We're planning to.
Okay. I do have fridge. Like it's not big, but we can store meat in there. Like when we buy in some town.
Yeah.
Sure.
What we're thinking is going over style. We take a whole lot of canned food and
it's always better.
Fridge like preservative. How can I say this? Like no fridge, not food.
Yeah, I have like 3 weeks worth of that crap in my truck. Same as you. Yeah.
So we're in the, so you.
But there will be times where it's like we maybe want to do cookout and there's no civilization for 2 days.
For that. That's part of
Yeah.
my enjoyment.
So I think, well, I'll check out on Amazon today. It's something I kind of contemplated, getting like a small 12-volt ice maker. Because I do have a cooler as well, and the reason for that cooler is if I do fishing, crabbing or something, right? I need to store it somewhere, and let's say I did, because I'm gonna fish in there and stuff, right? Let's say I catch something big. It's not like potentially we may not even eat it that day, so I need to store it somewhere. And if we don't have ice, that's it. So I'm gonna look into that.
If you want to stop to make a shirt,
Yeah. Well, we have CB radio. Where's your CB radio? Okay, but for that to work, we need to be kind of close by. Because I already tested with another guy on highway. When it's high speeds, quality sucks.
you need a VHF. I have my VHF ready. Your Amazon birds, they cost $100, not even. I'll show you mine. When we're in city, either your truck navigation or mine will take us to the same stop. So we can agree if passing Los Angeles, if we split up, we're gonna meet in whatever street, in whatever.
And also before we go somewhere, I'm gonna mark like same points, key points for the whole day, right? Like
if you don't see me behind you in the city, I'll be fine. You know I'm gonna get over there.
But okay, you sold me for safety. I'll get VHF.
I would like not to split too much, safety-wise. If you break down, if I break down, if that thing breaks down like the other day, and I have to stop and everyone sees you. Well, I'm carrying an extra axle. It won't happen then.
I think these guys don't know what happened, but
well, I'm gonna talk to them.
So I said I'm gonna show his trailer, but it's inside, and I didn't ask Terran, the owner, permission, like if I can shoot here today. So like once we start the trip, show the trailer, and he'll tell a little story and why he's actually, well, this whole weekend we're gonna work on it.
Yeah.
Plus next weekend, I guess. And throughout evening.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take care of it later.
So you guys probably didn't saw that, but last adventure I was planning to this guy, my trailer break down in the middle of the road. What was it?
Up in the mountain.
It was up on the mountain. I break an axle. So literally my tire went tumbling down the mountain like that, and I had to make a 24 hours fixing stuff. That was like not fun at all.
That's because you rushed to build that trailer. You worked in Alberta to move here, and you had to.
That story I'll tell you.
We'll get to it.
Because you will see my trailer is not finished, and it's kind of an ugly looking thing because I never had the time to finish it. So it's you will see it. Anyways, for this trip, it won't happen to me again. I'm carrying a full assembly of an extra axle. I modified the suspension. I modified the suspension. I got shocks on it. It's expected to be a softer ride, and it won't be as hard on the trailer this time. But you never know. So I'm carrying an extra axle.
Can you carry an extra axle for my truck as well? Last time I couldn't reach it. I ran out of time because of those guys. My La Paz was my last point. But there is actually near Los Cabos, really good national park.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Then also there is hot springs in there, but I wanted us to go 3 hot springs. What is this? 2.5 tanks for this 1,000?
Wow.
Keep in mind, are you talking? We're not. You calculating what, highway?
Yeah, you're gonna need more.
No, but that's the thing. Highway is just a little connection, right? Because when you go this way or that way, and those are dirt roads, you go slower, your consumption. So, well, it depends how bad the road is. Sometimes I find on dirt road, right? Because I'm not going highway speed, and if it's dirt road, is not too jumpy, and I can go like 50 kilometers an hour. My fuel consumption is like 20 miles per good actually, right? Like 20 miles per gallon. Like holy shit, this is nice.
Yeah, exactly. So you see, I'm getting about 600 per tank. The highway. That's straight line
Highway, what speed? Like 100,
like cruise speed.
What, 110, 100?
Yeah, 110.
Okay.
Right? I'm getting somewhere between 583 to 600 in one tank.
For me, one tank is 400. Highway. If I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, for 450. 450 if I'm lucky, I would say 400 highway is that.
So that's not so loud.
And I have 90 liter tank. So
Right?
well, I also need 2-day buffer to return. Because also when you plan to return from wherever we are, and probably we're gonna be more south than you think. It takes about, to be good, like, let's say all the way from La Paz to here, I would say 2 days to make it not too terrible. Like, still kind of enjoyable ride, but you arrive in decent time, you have like evening, maybe see sunset. It's about, from La Paz, 2-day trip.
See, that gets me nervous, right? Because if I get to spend 2 days, 3 days here, and then we'll travel 1 more day to get there, and spend 2 more days, and you make it count, and 2 days it's gonna be on the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Like we're easily gonna spend 1 day just driving, looking for something along.
Oh, there's no looking. There is exact points to go to. You just pick which one to go to.
So what I'm saying, if for me works most because of the family want to be happy and not all the way rushing, right?
Yeah.
If we get to spend a couple days.
Yeah, I don't want to rush too. There's a couple of places where I do want to spend, like a couple of days probably would be okay. Beyond that, it feels like no, because now it's like you're not seeing the place.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly.
And even 2 days, it's like maybe once or twice, but the rest is just 2 days.
Yeah, agree.
And some days, right? Because it depends on distances, right? There might be days where you kind of need to push somewhere.
Yeah.
You arrive, but then next day you leave. Oregon guy is confirmed. It's a beautiful spot. You can do like huge muscle gathering. Like amazing place. Guy was snorkeling, doing like scallop picking, and so at that place, I really want to stay for 2 days. That's like that place because you can fish, you can do everything. And they said it's also beautiful. And I checked on satellite image. It should be a really good place, and it's not too far from highway. Like it's probably 2-hour drive, right? But it's not like super far.
Well, that's the point. So as long as you understand, I'm tight in money, I'm tight in time, and I can drive way past 9. We're set.
You're the guy of limitations.
Well, I'm a guy of realistic. You know.
No, budget stuff. Like I said, same situation, right? Except for me, it's like, well, I guess it's more minus.
Yeah.
I'll just have to deal with it later.
Me, like I lost my apartment and I lost my car, so I can't.
Well, maybe I'm not that. Like I still have room to go into more. Like, but I'm approaching that point too soon. Like, the next year Arctic Circle will be a stretch.
Yeah.
Like it's tough.
Filming?
So yeah, pretty much done here. Just finished installing Trasher room, just kind of tightening things up. I wanted to say that Baja series that I'm doing right now, this is actually last year's. This is kind of like that day to say, hey, I'm preparing for this year's trip, but this is from last year, that series, Baja Overland Adventure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call the series that's gonna happen in 2 weeks. It's gotta be something different. So I've packed everything and we're leaving in a week and a half. All I'm gonna have left to do is just load a camera bag, drone bag, and like toothbrushes and that kind of stuff. The rest, clothing, everything's packed now a week and a half in advance. So there's no more hassle. I just today need to do the insurance, FMM paper, and that's it. I'm done. I already took Mexican pesos, so all good. And this is gonna be my last vlog for probably over a month because the trip is 3 weeks. So just want to kind of have a little update here and mention that that series is not this year's series. It's last year. Alright, see you guys. Hey comrades, don't forget to hit that like button and also leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you should by hitting that subscription button and also bell notification next to it, so you can actually get my video updates both in notification in your video feed, and as well you can support this channel if you like my videos through PayPal or Patreon in the links down below or just after this video.